Welcome to another tutorial with Wix Pros. My name is Bradley Africano. I'm going to be teaching you today how to correctly make a header that's responsive on Wix on all screens. Okay, so let's take a look at what you're probably running into right now. Alright, so when we test it on our software here, okay, this is what you're doing is you're probably building it on a 22 or 24 inch screen. Everything's looking fine over here, okay? Now when we test it and we take it down to, let's say, a 15-inch screen, your logo disappears. Take it down to a 10-inch screen, gets even worse, okay? So that's where you're running into the issue, okay? It looks good there, just not so much here, okay? Here's how you're gonna do this to make it responsive. Now the first thing I want to talk about real quick is not using pinning, okay? A lot of you guys, when you jump in, you learn what pinning is and you start using that. I'm going to use this as a quick tutorial of not to do that, but bear with me 1 second. Let's go ahead and move this down out of the way. Okay, so we'll just pull this down because you're going to need some open space here. Okay, so let's go ahead and duplicate this, and I'm going to show you about why you don't want to pin. Okay. Now, if you right click, you can go down to pin to screen. Now it'll give you a guide of where you want it to go. You can make it vertically or change it horizontally to where you want it. But again, I'm suggesting not to use this when you're doing headers. Okay. So, and the reason why, we go into preview mode. Say this is in your header, it goes down through the entire screen. Okay, so you don't want your logo coming down here blocking deal of the week, blocking out birds. So that's why you don't want to go that route. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to pin settings, and I'm going to unpin this element here. I'm just going to delete it. Okay, so here's the correct way. You want to use a strip. Okay, so we come up here. Let's go ahead and grab a strip here. It could be any of them. It doesn't matter. We'll just go ahead and let me go ahead and undo that because we don't want to go that route. Actually, with the new features here, we can just go ahead and click here and add a strip here. That way it tells us where we want it to go. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to drag that up into place here, make it a little bit smaller. We don't need that big of a strip here. Now here's what's going on. When you have the standard strip here, you have these lines here. This is your guides within Wix to be responsive. If you build anything within here, within reason of size, don't get crazy, it will resize the different screens. But most of you are wanting to build outside of here, and that's what this is going to do. Okay, so you come in, you click on this one time on the new strip, you go over to layout. Now we're going to add a column. Okay, now we've got two columns. When you click on this column, you see I've got the lines here like we have on the main page, but that's not where you're going to want it at if you're building a header. So when you come over here and you click layout again, now you're going to go to left. Now your line is here. Anything that you put on this side, you're going to be safe. So we can go ahead and put our besties and our logo here, and we're going to be okay with that. Now this side, you're going to make sure that you come in here and make this one to the right. Okay, but let's go ahead and let me move these down a little bit. Sorry. All right, because again, we're going to need this open space. You don't want to be working on any other elements when you're doing any kind of duplicating, anything else like that. Okay, so I'm going to come up here. I'm just going to right click. I'm going to duplicate this for this purpose. Okay, it needs to go down to the page first, and you need to unhighlight it. Otherwise, it's going to hide behind elements. Now when I grab this and I pull it on here, you see how it says attach to column? Well, that's what we're looking for. Now it's on the top layer here. So now we can rebuild this logo here. Again, let it stop, unclick, click it again, pull it back down. Okay, pull that back over. Now when this is done like this, everything's good over here. So that's the correct way to do it. You can build, just don't go over here. If you cross this line, even just a hair, just like that, it's not going to work. You have to stay completely over here. It's the way that, to make things custom with Wix here. Everybody loves Wix because you can drag and drop, but you have to know how to drag and drop it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get rid of these, and let me show you what you're going to end up with. Go ahead and remove this strip here, and go ahead and pull my elements back up. Lots of layers going on here. All right, so when we go back in, I'm going to publish it. Okay, now here's where you can grab your URL code. Is when you hit publish, it's going to go ahead and give the URL code to you. Now we're using a free software program to test your screen. Remember, this was before. Okay, so here's the messed up version. We go to the 10-inch, go to the 24-inch. Okay, that's the only way you're seeing it, is because you're building it on a 24-inch outside those lines. So we're going to go in here and we're going to test how we just fixed it. Now see, we're on a 10-inch screen. Here's our logo. We're on a 15-inch screen. It's exactly how we built this here, is using these strips. Okay, it's just the way that you want to do things. So another thing I want to show you real quick is we get a lot of people that ask, well, how do you make a disappearing header? Once the header's complete, it's real simple. So we're in preview mode. You see how it scrolls with the page. Okay, all you're gonna have to do, you just come up here, go back into edit. Now you want to get the actual header. So when you know that you're on the header, it's going to say change header design. Okay, you go to this little gear icon, you click settings. Now this one is going to be fade out or disappear. Okay, so this is the disappearing one. When you click that, you just exit out of it. Now we'll go back to preview mode again. Now, as you scroll down the page, it disappeared. But here's the pleasure of it. It really is great, because say you have a customer down here and they want to change pages, they want to see your menu. They start scrolling up it pops again. Okay, so that's how you're going to do that. See, now it goes away, it's back up. Okay. Again, thanks for stopping in. We appreciate it. If you do need any assistance, or if you have questions, feel free to reach out to us at wixwebdesignhelp.com.